Hey, what's up, Dean? Sear Performance at the shop, working on the Firebird. I got the fitting for the intake temps in. I got the ethanol sensor mounted, and I 3D printed these little brackets here. I did not design them. I found them, and they work perfect for like the Continental sensor. And then I 3D printed, these are the pieces for the hoses, but one hose is a little bigger. One hose fits through, one hose is a little bigger. So I redrew it a little bit bigger, longer, I think. This one bigger. So that's done, waiting for me. And I'm kind of rushing through everything, but I moved the manifold block out, tied up the ground and the wideband. I swapped the transmission lines, so they run in there now with a big piece of heat sleeve on them. Everything's pulled up away from the exhaust. TBM brakes all on with the new hoses. This is the F3 4-piston caliper kit, so they're pretty sweet, and they just smooth. So I don't have any fluid in them, but we'll do that. And then in the back, today was like all over the place day. I got this hose ran for the tank drain, and I just zip tied it up. I got a little ball valve I'm gonna put on probably right here. Just put it in line right there. Oh, I got the catch can mounted. That was a pain in the butt, but that's mounted all the way up in there. You can kind of see it right there, and I don't have enough fittings to do it, so another one started and held up. And that's what today was like constantly like 1 AN 90 to finish that fuel line. Didn't have it. 2 AN 45s and 90s. Don't got them. The intake temp sensor, no idea where it is, which is not a big deal. Nothing has to come apart or nothing like that. You just screw it in, plug it in, you're done. But it was just constantly. And then like the little pieces I printed, just a hair small. So now I gotta wait for that. The fittings I think got delivered for the tank. I'm pretty sure it said they got delivered for the tank. That top and bottom one right there. So thread those in, and I could hook all the hoses up. So all that should be done tomorrow. I think they got the injectors today. I gotta check. It's just kind of bouncing around day. It ends up not really getting a whole lot done. I mean, you get a lot done, but it's not, doesn't seem like anything's done. Like, look at the car and it looks the same kind of deal. So, but it's close. Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of fittings away. Oh, and I got the relay in the back. I got to wire it. That orange wire is a battery. The black wire is not a ground. So I could just make a ground, because even the factory way is it comes off the battery and goes to kind of the strut tower, shock tower there. I don't know if this is where they have the battery in the factory on these cars. I think it is, because it has like a tray down there. There is like a battery tray. I believe it is. I believe Jesse's Camaro, the battery was there. He had like all the factory brackets. I can't remember, but so that's how the factory does it. It's like ground right to the chassis. So on this side, I'm just gonna run the ground. I'm probably gonna hang the relay up in there and then run the ground. Oh, I looped this line, zip tied it, and then it's shoved up back in there. Squirrel. So this wire will work for a battery feed. It's on a 30 amp fuse, I believe, which should be more than enough to run that little pump. I looked it up and it says that pump doesn't run more than like 12 amps or something, if I looked it up the right way. So that's what I'll have, you know, to finish is just a few little things. And the only way to run that pump is going to be key on voltage. As soon as you turn the key on, it turns on. I have no way I have no outputs to trigger the pump. So he's already at the point he needs the expansion module to give him 8 additional inputs and outputs. That way you could run that pump. A cool way to run that pump would be like trigger it at a temperature sensor, and you put a sensor bung in the tank and put like you could probably put a GM coolant sensor in there. I don't know, coolant sensor, like a 3/8 MPT style coolant sensor off of like this car original or the year before this, something like that, like a small block one. And you can trigger it on at, say, well, no, you wouldn't want it there. You could trigger it off the IAT. Yeah. When the IAT temperature is, say, 100 degrees, you can kick that pump on, and then it'll circulate, cool that intercooler down, and then kick back off, say, at like 80 degrees. That's one way to do it. There's a million different ways you could do it. I don't know. That was just off the top of the head. I don't know how I would do it that way, but rambling. Anyways, that's it for this one. I'm getting out of here. Go home, see if everything is there, hopefully. But appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos. Leave me a comment. As always, have a good day.